Hello everyone, myself Halunda SS. Today I am going to discuss with you related to basic human rights. In that our today's topic is related to human rights of mentally ill persons. Now let us see about that. Introduction. In our introductory part related to mentally ill persons, see all persons with a mental illness or who are being treated as such persons shall be treated with humanity and respect for the inherent dignity of the human person. There shall be no discrimination on the grounds of the mentally illness. That means there is no any kind of a restriction related to mentally illness persons is involved in our Indian constitution. So treat very personally and peacefully related to those kind of peoples. Again, continuation with this, all human rights organizations sets forth codes by which they align their purposes and activities. The Mental Health Declaration of Human Rights articulates the guiding principles of CCHR, that means Citizen Communication of Human Rights. CCHR will decide further actions related to that mentally ill persons and the standard against which the human rights violations by psychiatry and relentlessly investigated and exposed. About mentally health related to mentally ill patients. You see, mental health is a state of well-being in which the individual realizes his or her own abilities, can be cope with the natural states of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. That means whatever the contribution related to that his or her related to that community will be decides what is the mental ability related to those his or her related to cope up with their community. Then mentally illness. How we are going to decide that that person is having mentally illness? Just see, mentally illness is a recognized medically diagnosable illness that results in the significant impairment of an individual's cognitive, affective or relational abilities. The mental disorders result from biological, developmental and or psychological factors and can be managed using approaches comparable to those applied to the physical diseases. That is, physical diseases are prevention, diagnosis, treatment and rehabilitations. These are the process involved related to detection of that mentally illness people. Then human rights. The simplest way defining that human rights is that they are about balancing the inalienable rights of all of us as a human being within the community, regardless differences in birth, social origin, genders, psychological differences, then faith and belief, then ideological, nationality and so on. These conditions are involved in our that human rights related to that mentally ill patient. Along with this, the psychiatric patients currently have the following rights. Because I know very well our today's lecture is related to what are the rights given by our Indian constitution related to that mentally ill patient. So that purpose towards from this slide, this is a specifically related to mentally ill patients. What are the rights given by our Indian constitution related? Now focus on this towards from these slides. Our previous slides is related to background creation related to that mentally ill patients. Then for this, just see, right to communicate with the people outside the hospital. This mainly right is given by our Indian constitution through correspondence, telephone and personal visit. That means mentally ill patient can be communicate via telephone as well as he or she can personally visit for those persons they want to meet. Along with this, another right is given by our Indian constitution is right to wear the cloth and personal effects him in the hospital. That means if the person want to wear any kind, then there is a freedom to wear these kind of clothes. Then right to religious freedom, then that means any mental patients want to religious freedom, then they will avail that religious freedom. Then another right is related to right to be employed if possible. Then this right is also related to that person. Then right to manage and dispose of property, that is also right provided by that our Indian constitution. Then right to execute the bills. What are the kinds of bills related to that? The mentally or person, or that means we have called that person as a patient, will execute that kind of bills also. Then right to enter into contractual relationship, that means any person want to build up the contractual relationship, then they can be built up that kind of a relation also related to mentally ill patients. Again, continuation with this, right to education, that means person have right to education. Then right to habeas corpus, then habeas corpus is also one of the right related to human fundamental rights. Then that kind of a right is also applicable for mentally ill patients. Then right to independent psychiatric examination, that means a mentally ill patient can give the independent psychiatric examination individually if they want or if they do not want. Depending upon that, it will be vary. Then again, right is given to that mentally ill patient is right to civil service status. That means whatever the civil service status are present, that civil service status also involve that right to move towards on that civil service status. Then right to retain license, privileges or permit established by the laws, such ASHA drivers or the professional license. That means such a kind of a license are also given to that mentally ill patient, and they can avail the facilities which are given by that license also, even if that person is mentally ill. Then right to sue or to be sued. This also right is provided by our Indian constitution related to mentally ill patient. Then right to marry or divorce, that means for that person right to marry if they want to any one person, then there is a freedom to marry any one person, and there is also freedom for that what we say for that divorce. If they does not want to pursue for their marriage, then they can take divorce from each other. This is also freedom given by our Indian constitution. Then right to make the purchase. Then next right is a right to hygienic conditions. Hygienic conditions rights are also provided for that persons. Then next right is a right not to be subjected to unnecessary mechanical restraints. Then right to periodic review of status. Then next right is related to right to legal representation. Then along with this, right to privacy is also involved for that mentally ill patient. Then right to informed consent is also involved for that patient. Then next right is a right to treatment. Then next right is related to right to refuse the treatment. Then next right is related to right to treatment in the least restrictive settings. Then next is related to continuation with this. Some of these rights diverse in more thoughts discussions. That is a right to communicate with the people outside the hospital. This is one of the measurable right given by our Indian constitution related to mentally ill patients. Now just see what are these rights. This right allows the patient to visit and hold telephone conversation. That means the person which is mentally ill can communicate through other persons by using telephone also in privacy and send the unopened letters to anyone of their choice. That means he or she can communicate through phone, or he or she can send the unopened letters to anyone of their choices, including judges, lawyers, families and staff. Although the patient has the right to communicate in unsolved manner, the staff may limits the access to telephone or visitors when it could harm the patient or be a source of the harmist for the staff. The hospital also can limit the times when telephone calls are made and reversed and when the visitors can enter the facility. Again, continuation with this, another right is right to keep the personal effects. That is also important related to mentally ill patients. In that, the patient may bring the clothing and personal items to the hospital. Taking into consideration the amount of storage space available, the hospital is not responsible for their safety and valuable items should be left at home if the patients bring something of a value to the hospital. The staff should place it in the hospital safe or otherwise provide for maintaining a safe environment and should take dangerous objects away from the patient if necessary. Then along with this, the right to enter into contractual relationship. Right to enter into contractual relationship. In the contractual relationship is also this facility is available for our mentally ill patient related to our Indian constitution. In that, what this facility just see, the court consider contracts valid if the person understands the circumstances of the contract and its consequences. Once again, a psychiatric illness does not invalidate a contract, although the nature of the contract and the degree of the judgment needed to understand it are influencing factors. And now again continuation with this right to education. In that right to education part, many patients exercises the right to education on behalf of their emotionally ill or mentally retarded children. The US Constitution guarantees this right to everyone, although many states have not provided adequate education to all the citizens in the past and are now required to do so. Then next right is related to right to habeas corpus. Habeas corpus is one of the fundamental right related to our human which is involved in our Indian constitution. In that, habeas corpus is an important constitutional right patients retain in all the states even if they have been emotionally hospitalized. It provides for the speed realize of any persons who claims to be detained legally. A committed patients may file writs. Writs means what? A written paper or a bond which is circulated by our Indian constitution like this. Such a kind of any writs is available in that right to habeas corpus. In that, at any time on the grounds of being sane and eligible for release, the hearing take place in a court where those